The Black Sea, one of the world's most crucial waterways, has been at the center of an intense battle between Russia and Ukraine. But after months of conflict, a ceasefire has been reached. Is this the first step toward peace, or just a brief pause in a war that has reshaped global politics? In this documentary, we uncovered the secret negotiations that led to this fragile truce, the role of the United States, and what this means for global trade and the future of the war. Since the start of the war, the Black Sea has been a battleground. Ukraine has fought to protect its vital shipping routes, while Russia has used naval blockades to exert control. This maritime struggle has had devastating consequences, not just for the region, but for the world.
The Black Sea isn't just a war zone, it's an economic lifeline. The blockade of Ukrainian ports sent shockwaves through global food markets, pushing millions toward food insecurity.
A ceasefire of this scale doesn't happen overnight. Months of back-channel talks and high-level negotiations took place in secret. Here's how it all unfolded. The key meetings that shaped the ceasefire. Istanbul peace talks. Turkey brokered the first serious discussions, focusing on grain exports. Geneva diplomatic summit. The US and EU increased pressure on Russia, warning of further sanctions. UN-led negotiations. The UN drafted a framework for a temporary maritime truce. Sochi secret talks. Indirect talks between Russian and Ukrainian intelligence paved the way for military de-escalation. Washington-Kyiv defense meetings. The US reassured Ukraine of military aid while pushing for a strategic ceasefire. While these talks took place, the real question remained: what did each side demand? Under the agreement, both Russia and Ukraine agreed to several key terms. Naval de-escalation, both sides withdraw warships from contested waters. Demilitarized zones, international monitors enforce no combat areas. Safe grain exports, Ukraine resumes shipments under international protection. Prisoner exchange, both nations agree to a major prisoner swap. Temporary halt to strikes, no drone or missile attacks in the Black Sea.
This deal is significant, but it's far from a lasting peace. The real challenge is whether both sides will honor their commitments.
One of the biggest players behind this ceasefire was the United States. But what was Washington's real objective? By leveraging military aid and economic sanctions, the US forced Russia to reconsider its strategy. But at the same time, Washington also urged Kyiv to pause and regroup. The ceasefire isn't just a military development, it's a game changer for global trade. Food markets stabilized. Ukrainian grain exports feed millions across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Energy prices drop. Reduced military activity lowers risks for Russian oil shipments. Trade routes reopen. Black Sea shipping insurance costs decrease, making trade easier. But here's the harsh reality. This ceasefire only covers the Black Sea. The ground war in Ukraine is far from over. Will Russia use the ceasefire to regroup for another offensive? Can Ukraine maintain Western military support? Will the ceasefire expand into broader peace talks?
If this truce holds, it could serve as a blueprint for a wider ceasefire. But if either side violates it, we could see an even bloodier phase of this war.
The Black Sea ceasefire is a pivotal moment in this war. It has the potential to reduce suffering, stabilize global markets, and open doors for future peace. But as history has shown, truces are fragile. The world watches to see if this is the beginning of peace or just a temporary pause before the next battle. What do you think? Will this ceasefire hold, or is it just a brief pause in the conflict? Let us know in the comments.